we can expect, on the one hand, quite significant change in the relative results of the left and the right-wing parties. We expect probably the election results will yield a change of power. Currently, the Socialist Party, the PSOE, Spanish Socialist Working Party, is governing together with We Can, Podemos, in a government coalition, and with external support of Basque and Catalan nationalist parties. And we expect that after the election results, we will see a government of the People's Party, probably with Vox. The People's Party is the traditional right-wing party, and Vox is the populist radical right party, a relatively new party in the system, and probably will also be in the governing coalition, although this last thing depends on the election results and the election negotiations. To some extent, we don't have an electoral campaign for these elections as such, because we have had elections, local elections in all the country and regional elections in 12 out of the 17 regions, plus the 2 autonomous cities. So on May the 28th. So, and the day after the elections were held, the current prime minister, here we call him president, but is actually a prime minister in political science terms, called for early elections, early national elections. When you study the political landscape of Europe, there are some countries that bear more importance than others because of their population weight in the European Union. And surely this is the case of Germany and also to a large extent France, Italy. But Spain is, I think, if I'm not wrong, the 4th country in the European Union population-wise. So the fact that left-wing government in Spain will be substituted by a right-wing government, and the fact that it is likely that a populist radical right-wing party will form part of the government will mean that among the 4 largest countries in the European Union, there will be one in which a populist radical right-wing party is governing, Italy, and another one in which it is either the junior party in the governing coalition or at least the party providing external support for the government. So it will considerably change the dynamics of the political landscape in Europe as a whole. In Spain, the populist radical right was, or radical right without the populist tag before, were very unsuccessful until 2018. Vox was born in late 2013, and the first 4 or 5 years of Vox were really unsuccessful. But in 2018, it started to enter institutions and have success. So this has been going on in Spain for 5 years. What we have been witnessing in Spain is, first, increasing power of Vox in all elections, save, I think, 2. It has increased its number of votes and seats. And second, since the last year, Vox has been starting to enter government coalitions at the regional level. Before we are still suffering the consequences of the COVID crisis. In terms of the COVID crisis, Spain has been the last country to get out of the crisis in the extent that it got back the 2019 levels of gross domestic product. I think it was last month. So given that it has needed more time than all the other European countries, all the other countries in the European Union, to get back its pre-COVID levels, the current rate of economic growth is higher because we are still recovering from something you already recovered from. So this means that the government can defend that it's having one of the highest rates of economic growth in developed countries, whereas the opposition can criticize that it has one of the lowest record on aggregate change in domestic product. So this is difficult to be incorporated by citizens in their evaluation. It will be most likely processed through ideological cues.